A civil liberties group has accused U.S. President Donald Trump of violating the religious freedom of some nationals from the 7 Muslim countries barred from entering the United States. The American Civil Liberties Union filed a lawsuit in a California federal court. The suit also accuses Trump of violating the free speech and due process rights of those affected by the ban. The lead plaintiffs in the lawsuit are 3 student visa holders, including a Yemeni national who left the United States and is unable to go back. The lawsuit is the latest in a series of actions challenging the executive order signed by the president. International aid group Oxfam America, as well as the state of Massachusetts, joined the chorus of criticism earlier this week against Trump's executive order on immigrants. Well, to discuss that, we're now joined Ms. Medea Benjamin, who is with Code Pink, and she's joining us live now from Washington. Ms. Benjamin, thanks very much for joining us here on Press TV. How important do you think this lawsuit is?
I think this lawsuit is critical, just as there are other lawsuits being filed in the country by different organizations. I think we have to challenge this Muslim ban on the streets, within Congress, and certainly in the court system.
Ms. Benjamin, obviously you've heard the argument of those who support this ban that it is needed to be put in place till quote-unquote extreme vetting is brought into the fore and to keep the U.S. homeland safe. How do you respond to that?
I say it's ridiculous. Of these 7 countries, there is not one person who came from those countries who did an act of terrorism here in the United States. That is 0. Of course, if you were going to institute such a ban, which I would be against anyway, the first country that should be on the list is Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia is not on that list. Also, the issue of extreme vetting, it usually takes about 2 years for a refugee from Syria to get into the United States because the vetting is so extreme. So this ban is simply to pander to the Trump supporters because he said he was going to do this when he ran for office.
And Ms. Benjamin, I'm wondering at this time, it seems at least, as I was saying, because he does have his supporters who support this sort of ban, and we've had some of those guests on as well here on Press TV as well. I'm wondering, does this show polarization on this issue to an extent within the United States? It's
extremely polarizing. In fact, I was very disappointed to see a poll that came out that showed that there were more people in this country that supported the ban than don't support it. I think because it's so easy to sell fear, and that's what this administration has been doing with the help of some of the particularly more conservative mainstream media. But it doesn't mean that it's morally right, and it doesn't mean that it's constitutionally right. So hopefully we can get some redress through the courts.
And then as a final thought then, Ms. Benjamin, as always, the argument from those who support it say that if you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about, and that this is temporary. How do you feel about that?
Well, if you've done nothing wrong, but you are from one of these countries, you have a lot to worry about. And temporary means that you might lose your place in getting to the United States and never have a chance again. Temporary also means that it might get renewed after 3 months. Temporary also means that the mindset that created it might be justified, and we'll find some other kinds of ways that Muslims are discriminated against. So on many different counts, we must stand up against this.
Okay, Ms. Medea Benjamin, we'll leave it there at that point, but of course, as always, we appreciate you taking your time out to speak to us here at Press TV.